they want to make a point to the entire college football world with a big win today.
Yeah, and you hear it all off season, and you see it every year. The teams come out of nowhere, and they feel like they've got a lot of potential, a lot of high-ranked players on the squad, and they're going to put it together, and that they'll get themselves into those rankings.
And the Tigers with the 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Single back formation and not given to it. Brought down at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 6. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. He's got space. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the 1st down.
This opening drive has been all offense. Really good job. Nice scripted plays. Taking advantage. Strung together a nice series. But here's all that matters for defense. We don't even care about yards anymore. Can I keep him out of the end zone? Great job right here. Step up. Get a stop. Force him either to kick a field goal or get no points. And this drive is still a success.
Oh, they're after him. He just went tight end. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Going to work on 2nd down. The red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Looking to fire. He's got it on the move. Touchdown, Tigers. A great catch and run for 6.
What an exciting way to start this season. This offense had a plan. They knew who they wanted to be, but you had to come out and execute it. And that was a beautiful first drive, creating some momentum, not only for this offense, but for this squad to start the season.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take it in this drive and will start at the 25. To the running back from the shotgun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a great one.
Both these teams just outside the top 25 and really needing to win a game like this to vault their way into the rankings.
And it's just amazing winning a game like this, what it can do for your program, right? Recruiting, your confidence. Everything is better when you've got the number beside your name. And, David, one of these two teams is going to get that number if they pull out the win.
No doubt, and you continue to start the season off and build. So you started with preseason, you start with getting into the year, and now you're starting to build and build and build and build that momentum. Getting a win against a really good team, finding out who you are, can set the tone for your season.
The Mustangs will punt this one away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Fields the play. Wants to make a play. He'll get it. They set the brakes on it. They're ready to dial up some ball plays. They got it on offense. Ready a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. It's complete on the right side. And he showed off that stiff arm as he had a decent run. Clemson jumps to the line. They'll go up top on 2nd and short. He's got it inside the 15. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the 2nd drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell.
kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Defensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Nice job by the quarterback, pre-snap and post-snap. He knew the defense was going to be playing zone coverage, and there was no doubt in his mind where he was going with that football.
Leaves it with the defense there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Trying play action. Intercepted. Big play. Stop the drive. They'll stop him at the 37, and the defense comes up with a big pick.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense puts you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we've got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
And I love that play call. There's a great example of sudden change situation, right? Your defense gets the turnover, you get it right back. The very first play, let's be aggressive. Let's take a shot and see if we can catch the defense napping. Boy, oh boy, did that ever work out great.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. A great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, having them get some positive yards.
Power football with the run. Down, they gotta move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Tigers moving quickly to the line.
There's a really nice play there. The thing I like about this guy, too, his versatility. He's not just good at running the ball. He can catch and he can block. And think about all the greats they've had at the position in recent years. Versatility at the running back position. Being an every down back. And that's exactly what this guy embodies.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10.
Razor.
Wants to go up top. Right on the money. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. He'll throw on 3rd down. Makes the grab on the back. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Tiger. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And this offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game 1, creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this first half. But you can see why so many people are really excited about this offense this season.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They've got a first down here
can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time.
And here comes the Heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. If you plan to deal with the Tigers, you better be able to handle their defensive front. They have a whole legacy of this dating back to the fridge, William Perry.
It's a big old legacy, and it seems like every year.
And he feels the heat coming in and burns him up. Another sack. And the Mustangs will call on their punt team.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, and after not getting any sacks a week ago, we knew he was going to be a little frustrated, but he told us this week he wasn't going to try to press. He was just going to go out in this game, be himself, knowing the numbers and the stats would come. He's out to a great start in this one. Has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to throw on first down. Just can't pull the trigger. The quarterback is sacked at the 41. Clemson is quick to the line.
I got to be honest, I'm a little surprised the offense is trying to go so fast here after giving up a huge loss on that sack. You'd think they'd want to just take a second and regroup before running this next play.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a shot. They need to move the sticks.
Well, the defense may have been caught off guard a little bit on that play. It was second and long. They weren't expecting the run. So now we've got third and manageable, and they've got to be wondering to themselves, is this offense going to try to run the ball again?
Someone moved a little bit early. Offense going to pick up a 5-yard penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. On 4th and 7, analytics, gut feel, or maybe just wanting to keep the offense out there. They'll go for it. Hauls it in. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch.
Cut. Ready, run.
He'll take it himself. Touchdown, Clemson. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
You talk about going on the road and making a statement. 27-0. Hostile environment beat dang. You talk about home field advantage? Well, it hasn't worked. They have come in and had answers and started this first half as good as you possibly can.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. A pickup of 5.
And after having a nice game like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on second down, on third, you won't have that long to go.
Keeps looking downfield. Trying to escape and get it himself. What a nice job by the defense stringing that out and forcing him out of bounds. He got nothing. The Mustangs are at the line. to this lead. This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10.
Ready up.
Quarterback may change this route. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offense. Arm, but man, he can hurt you with his legs, and he shows you the speed on that play. Wow.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
Pressure coming. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And I want to be aggressive in these situations. When I got 2nd and goal, I want to go out and try to get that touchdown. But I do like how he didn't force the ball into coverage, didn't make a big mistake, throw a turnover in this area. You want to make sure you can guarantee points. You still got 3rd and goal coming up, and if you want to go for it on 4th.
Under fire. And the pass is incomplete here on 3rd down, but there is a flag. Let's check it out. He just lost track of where he was on the field. Entire body past the line of scrimmage. Illegal forward pass, and they will back him up. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Virginia is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to see. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Kansas. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Buys a little time. Now he's looking into the middle. Catch inside the 25. He's got the sideline going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
There he goes. They get him out of bounds right at the 5-yard line, and that one might have saved a touchdown. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages.
Touchdown, Tiger! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Just enough time for one final play of the half.
Here we go.
Smith dropping to pass. He hurls one deep down the left side. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. out. It's Rose. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you. At this point, trailing by as much as you are. No caution to the wind. Be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down.
Military stunt.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get it.
Looking for a deep man. He's got it over. To green grass as he gets it to the 31.
I got a feeling they went into the half and they talked about how do we create some more explosive plays on offense. First drive, you're trailing. They did exactly that. Nice job by this offense. They're going to need more of them to get back in the football game. But
No way to go slowing down. He goes at the 39.
and this has been the story of the night. The offensive line getting beat up. And this is why this team is losing. You got to protect your quarterback. This defense has had a field day with their 5th sack of the game.
And the Mustangs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Smith wants to throw. Got his man on the right. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. It'll be 3rd and long.
Flag.
Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He's got his man. Makes the grab. Not going to get there. Not going to get close as he's brought down at the 30. It's 4th down.
Deep to shallow. That's what I have to understand that as a defensive guy. I take away those passes beyond the sticks, and then I react to those quick throws they have to the running back. It's my athlete versus yours. The defense won that battle.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. And it's going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs.
Man, that is just a great job on defense there on 4th down, making a play on the ball in the air. Everybody had their eyes on the quarterback, but having great timing, swatting the ball away, and doing it cleanly. No PI. And as a result, that defense has earned a rest. They're coming off the field.
And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The Tigers in the hurry-up.
But this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball. But you've had the success these guys have had throwing it. You're going to see more shot plays. You better change your looks up and try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
Ball will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go.
Fire.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Get it out on the screen. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
A lot of smiles right now in this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
After the productive first down play at 2nd and 6. Here's the handoff. And the defense holds on. They'll pick up again on that play. From the gun, they'll get it on the inside. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down.
Igloo.
Quarterback run is part of the game. How about this defense?
aggressive. Stick your foot.
And he throws another interception, his third of the night. Going the other way, he's got room. Touchdown, Tiger. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
How about a game-changing play for this defense? Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Smith dropping the pass. He lobs one high down the left side. And that deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end, flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
Man, you could tell QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that's
Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
You got to be impressed with the quarterback on that last play because he's already been sacked a ton of times in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of time to survey the field, go through his progression. So as soon as he feels a lane to take off and run, he's going to take it. A really nice job that time, showing off the athleticism and picking up the first down.
Split backs here.
22 water.
He'll ride his man on the option. He'll toss it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long.
414 satellite. 414 satellite.
He wants to change this route. Smith wants to throw. Here's the heat. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Oh, he hit. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
One final play before the end of the quarter.
Cooler.
On fourth down, going to the air. The pass falls incomplete, and that'll be the final play of this quarter. We've reached the break. Clemson has the lead. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth.
Ready
So
up.
first down, we'll open up the final period.
Let's. Culver.
Quick release on the RPO. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Clemson jumps to the line. They'll leave it with him. Got the first down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Just inside the red zone, first and 10 from the 19. He's got it on the right. check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Houston went into hostile territory and came away with a convincing victory. The Cougars always seem to get everyone's best punch, but today they were the ones who delivered the knockout. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Smith dropping to pass. He's going to let it go. And that ball is inside
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum, gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Yeah, and this offense, man, they just continue to struggle. And just, they need to find something that they do really, really well. And running the football late in the fourth quarter when you're getting beat by a good bit, that's probably not it. This offense needs to hit the gas. And they need to pitch and catch a little bit, throw the football around.
Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be third down. This whole red zone offense thing has been a little shaky. They've been stopped twice already. Maybe they want to try to score from deep. Fires to the end zone. And it's incomplete as he was trying to finish the drive with a score.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Fires into the end zone. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His fourth interception. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense.
Hornet. Get set.
They'll start this drive going to the air. He lets one fly deep. And the ball is he's inside the 35. Clemson is quick to the line.
And they've been fun to watch tonight, man. They're staying aggressive late in the game. They've built a cushion. They've built a lead. But you can just tell the confidence and the swagger they have. They've been able to do what they want today, take care of business. And this is an offense that I think...
Just steamrolling the defense. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point in the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
Easy.
Off the play fake on first down. Working that left side now. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal.
Set.
Now the play fake. Quarterback on the move, still looking. He finished the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
And add it on again. This offense has done whatever they want, however they want, and this lead has ballooned. When you start a season off, you want to build momentum. You want to defeat an opponent, beat them badly. That's exactly what they've done. This team looks ready to compete for a national championship.
And he made the extra point without problem. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Not going to get a return. The kickoff sails through the back of the end zone.
throwing the football if they were going to win this game. And one of the biggest reasons why I'd say they're losing right now is because this guy still hasn't thrown a ton.
Unloads it downfield. Got it in stride inside the 20. He's showing it all. The juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line. The Mustangs have their offense in high gear. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Makes the catch. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Looking to get it.
I think it's a good sign for coaches to see that their team is still fighting. And they're getting blown out in this game. Nothing has gone their offense's way. They've been outmatched. But here in the fourth quarter, you like to see guys competing. You like to see guys still trying to fight. Because as a coach, you want to know the next time you take the field, which guys you can depend on and what you can build on.
Clemson has their paws on it. They'll send out the offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
It's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out. Everybody right now on the same page.
Ready,
The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go.
moves.
Back to pass. He unleashes a long one. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And there hasn't been a lot of positive today. Let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Grabbed in the middle of Agnew. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
Yankee blue.
Clemson jumps to the line. Looking downfield on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. Slings it downfield. Just missed his man. Gave him just a little too much.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Ready,
Backed up
break.
now. Here's second and long.
Here we go. Ready, ready.
Looking to fire. A little screen to the running back. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They have work in front of them.
Gators far.
Takes the handoff. It's cold. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Cut.
The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs.
Clear. Ready.
Looking to throw on first down. Steps away. Trying to make magic with his feet. He goes out of bounds across the 25, marking at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning.
And
Okay,
it's
ready?
just so fun to be a play caller when you got a QB that can do that. Like, it's a pass play. Nope, he pulls it down, chews up yardage, gets a first down. And both of these quarterbacks, man, they have this ability to make big plays.
He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. And while the game is all but decided, why not try to get another one if you can? That's part of the fun, right? So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty.
Got it.
Let's see what Clemson comes up with on first and goal.
Here we go.
Snapped it in the shotgun. Extending the play. Fires to the tight end.